Hey, welcome back to the Minimax build. And you know, sometimes you are just too close to it to see it. And Leo and Flying Cub, Augie, you guys saw it, but I couldn't see it. The solution actually was much simpler than made it out to be, and that was to just let the front of the windscreen just flare out a little bit. And it actually does. You know, I went and searched, and Augie, you're absolutely right. You know, there are so many fighters from World War II era that the front windscreen actually did taper from narrow at the top to wider at the bottom. And so this is what that looks like. And I have to be completely honest, I actually like it very much. So, and what I'll probably do is, even when I paint it, I'll probably just round the corner up here, and it'll even look even more like I want it to. So, but from all angles, it keeps it in just 3 simple sheets, and it actually looks really super. So really happy with that. So thank you fellas for the mentioning it. And yeah, this is gonna be great. So this part actually is just made out of the Lexan sheet by itself, and then so you can kind of see where I'm headed here. I have these hinges, which I'll of course be cutting. Let me just get this out of my way a little bit. So I'll of course be cutting, but we'll have the Lexan sheet first. It'll just flare out just like that. The sides will actually get we'll get this piece here that'll go on there, and then this will actually rivet to the Lexan here and here, and it'll do the same over there. And then there'll be a piece along the bottom here that will do the same. It will attach to the Lexan all along the sides, and then it will also attach to the deck here. And so then there's a piece that goes across the front that basically does the same thing, and I'll end up kind of mitering those together so they're all nice and smooth. Then the front will be held down the same way. The hinge will get riveted to the Lexan, and then this part gets bolted down to the top deck. So that feels great. And it actually looks exactly like what I was looking for. And the instrument panel fits nicely, just completely inside without any issues whatsoever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some gussets ready for all of these. And probably what I'll have to do on this one is I'll end up putting the gussets on the top surface, and then I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to flip it over. Probably just flip it over that way, and I'll go ahead and put the trailing edge gussets on. And then, because they're raised up in the air here, so they don't really affect anything. And then I'll put the whole thing back in the blocks and actually just weigh it down at that point, so it can, while the epoxy cures. And then at the same time, I have all the gussets ready for the other side of the stabilizer, which are here. And I just need to cut some 1.5-inch pieces of material out of the mahogany. I'll see if I have some birch. If I don't, I'll use the mahogany. And that will go on the bottom of the stabilizer and a little piece on the top of the stabilizer. So it extends back. You can see where the 1.5-inch piece comes back from there to a point 15 inches from the front, which is actually just brings it just past the mounting hole there. And so that's good. Then I've got this piece here, and yeah, so it looks good all the way through. And I'll get some gussets ready, and then it'll be an epoxy party. All right, so I got everything kind of in position here and ready to mix up some epoxy, and then get everything put together. And we'll start kind of out here on the tip, and then I'll get my I've got all my gussets over here, so we'll get these guys where they belong, spread out and ready to go. The ends get this strip here, and then the center obviously gets this additional piece of 1/16 here. And let's see, working from that side, we get one of these, and then we get one of these. One of those, and then in the center we get one of these, let's get these all laid out so we've got everything where we need it, and then we get one of these, and then at the front we're going to get two. Let's see, that was 22. And then we get one of these. And one of those. And one of these. All right, that takes care of that one, that one, that one, that one, that one back there, and then that one, and that one, and that one, and that's all good. I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some, get some epoxy mixed up, and we'll get this all stapled together. And like I said, I'm going to try and pull it out of the form after I get it stapled, and flip it over and do the gussets on the trailing edge. Instead of trying to weight that down or anything, I'll just go ahead and put those in place. Since I've got them all prepared and everything, oh, actually before I mix the epoxy, I've got to put this kind of back together and then mark where each of these goes, so so that I can see where to put the glue. All right, so I'm just mixing up the epoxy here. Just gonna kind of show you how this goes. You have to work your way kind of all the way backwards. It's like you have to get this one in place, and then this one after you put the end one here. All right, so we'll get some epoxy on the end here. me get this one. Okay, then when I'm doing my plywood, I'm only mostly interested in just getting the area where the glue is going to be kind of sealed up. So by doing that, it's my way of just my way of guaranteeing that I don't have a dried joint, because this glue will be attracted to that glue, and it'll work out really well. So let me get to the front. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to do the, first we're going to get a staple gun. All right, then we get to the trailing edge. gives me a nice socket to just fit that right in there. All right, so that'll hold for me. And I won't do the diagonal quite yet until I get this situated here. So, and then we're going to do the same thing. Come here, apply this. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. It was good to get that done. You probably saw in the time lapse that instead of putting the gussets on the other side, which I don't think was going to really work out very well, I just ended up pulling the trailing edge where it was tight against there, and then I stapled it, and it actually came out really nice. It's nice and straight, so that's what I was looking for. So yeah, so now we'll get that other side prepped, and then we'll be putting gussets on that side, and then we've got the gussets to put on the bottom of the stab. And I used whatever epoxy I had left over and started kind of sealing that inside area at the very front triangle of the stab. And yeah, so we're moving forward, and we'll get those two buttoned up, and then it'll be time to get that hinged the same way that we did the rudder. And then after that, who knows what we'll get into. I'll probably be at least go ahead and make the windscreen pretty soon. Super happy with that, the way that looks, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah, so hey, if you're not a subscriber, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you don't miss any of these episodes, and I will catch you later.